It's Sunday, didn't feel like getting dressed. So I'm wearing basically my pajamas, I guess. So I've got a coat of polyurethane already. I'm using this kind. It's going to be backwards, but it's Minwax clear satin polyurethane. I went with clear satin instead of clear gloss because I don't want the rest of the table to look super duper glossy. I'm also not very good at this yet, and it's easier to screw up with gloss, I think. So my garage is not super warm. It's probably in the 50s right now, maybe warmer than that. And so it takes forever for this to cure, and it's still kind of smelly. So I just don't know between coats if it's 2 hours or what. So I just let it cure overnight. I'm going to sand it with 220 lightly, dust it off, and put another coat on. Now I'm just doing the bottom of the surface, the bottom of the table, and this part. I'm not doing the top, or what's going to be the top, because that's going to be epoxy. So I have put a coat of polyurethane on the top just to seal it so that no air bubbles come in through the wood into the epoxy. So that's done, but that's it. So I might sand that down, dust it off, and put epoxy on. We'll see. I don't know. But for now, I'm just going to sand this down and put another coat on. That may not have been a good idea. It sanded right through the that will be sweet. find some different brushes. Actually, let's put this where I'm going to look for it. Hey, dog. Hey.
Oh, okay.
Did you get all the stuff?
Yep.
I'm putting another coat of polyurethane on.
Okay, cool.
Need a brush.
You may have caught me singing in the background.
What? Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
No,
Let's singing something really dirty.
just show tunes.
Okay. Alright. So I've been watching some videos on using polyurethane. So I've only done one other thing before then. First thing they say is don't use these, which is what I'm doing. So that's all I've got. I don't feel like going to the hardware store. They also said don't shake the can. And I've seen some people say it doesn't matter if you shake it, and other people are super religious about it. So I don't know how much it matters. I'm not going to shake it though. Seems what matters the most is if you go real slow when you're applying this stuff. Like ridiculously slow. Since it's a satin, I'm not as worried. If it was a what's that called? A gloss, I'd be a lot more concerned. There. Put these over here. All right, here we go. You want to see it? It's pretty hard to see from over there. I just got to keep my phone plugged in now. So that's what I've done so far. That's what I still have to do. It looks like a shadow because it's so dark. Watch this. That's kind of neat. Missed a spot. Man, there's bubbles galore now. Let's go slow. Okay, I'm going to fill some of these knots. You get this knot right here. All right. YouTube's letting me know I have a very bad connection. It's probably because I'm in my... All right, there you go. got dog hair somehow getting in here. That's right, I'm just going over the parts I sanded through. Got a little too much on my brush there. Might drip a little. Yeah, it dripped. This edge piece is hard. So when I get to the corner, it flicks and loads a bunch of air into the poly. Gives it a lot of bubbles. Alright. I think I better start working on these legs. I better get the other side actually. Let's do that. It's hard to do this side, so I don't have any good lights on this side of the garage. Alright, let's do this side. I really gotta watch this stuff. Because on the corners it likes to drip. I don't want to have a drip frozen in time on the top side. That side I don't care so much about. It's because it's going to be covered in metal. But this side though, I'm worried about it. Alright, now for my favorite part, we do the legs. last one. All right, that's it. And just empty my brush on this part. Kind of don't care if air gets in here. Alright, see how that works. Don't have a whole lot of that left. Got maybe that much. This was brand new when I opened it. There's a lot of polyurethane on this. I thought for sure I'd go through maybe like half of one. I've got another one though, just in case. Go back and see if I missed anything. The feet just absorb this stuff. I didn't sand them very well. That's probably why. Let's see how that works. Alright, just let that dry, I guess. That's 2 coats. Alright, well that's drying. I ordered some other polishing discs from Amazon. So that's an 800 grit. They go all the way to 2000, although that one's not 2000. So I've got 800, 1200, 1500, 2000. So I tried them out. I did some wet sanding and polished this a little. This is how I did. So this is a regular piece of steel. It looked like this when I started. On this side, that was sanded with just 60 grit. And this was sanded with the 800 to 2000 with a polish. Now, I might be crazy. This is definitely not polish, but this is what I'm using for polish. I've got a buffing disc. So anyway, you can clearly see, well, you can see a lot more clearly on this side. My phone that I'm using to record stuff and some glue and stuff. And if I move it over to here, it's a lot more blurry. It's a lot harder to see stuff. So you can almost make out the letters on this spray-on lacquer on site. In here, it's just, you can barely see the can. On this side, I polished everything with a 250 grit, and it's a little more clear. You can see the can. I just wanted to see what different levels look like, just to see how much effort it's worth. Personally, I kind of like this. I wish I could even get it shinier. I think it'd be cool to do a mirror finish on it. If you don't remember, these pieces, except much longer, they're going to be, 40 inches long. They're going along the back of the desk. There's going to be a strip here on the bottom, and then another strip on the top. I'm just going to polish the one on the top. I might do the bottom one at 60 grit, but I'm not going to sweat it. But that's where the monitor stand is going to clamp on. And so when I put this together, I'm going to drill holes through the steel and the wood and get some bolts and clamp them on. That'll make it permanent too, so hopefully that works okay. Yeah, poor connection, very bad connection. Anyway, I should really kind of curious what gives us such a bad connection in the garage. I am kind of far from my router, but sometimes it's fine and other times it's not. So it'd be nice to figure out what factors there are. I do have this fluorescent lighting in here. The way these work is they have a ballast that converts the regular 110, 120 volts household power to we'll try shutting off Bluetooth. See if that's any better. Anyway, these have high voltage. Sometimes I imagine that might interfere with things, but I don't know. Let me show you the desk close up. So I flipped the camera around to the really high quality camera. And that is how that looks. So I'm going to try and get a reflection off the light off the ceiling so you can see. There's some dust in the air that's creating kind of an unsmooth surface. Also, I didn't sand the bottom of this as well as I could because it's the bottom, so who cares, right? These back panels, though, and the sides and the legs have been sanded really well. So let me see if I can get a glean off of one of those. You saw me probably bending over and stuff, and that was so I could try with a different light. I'm going to go turn on my shop light here. There we go. I'll make this a little easier to see. So on this side, see if it'll focus. There we go. Still not perfectly flat, but it's pretty good. Going slowly definitely makes a difference. That focus. So you can see a reflection of the bottom here in the top. You can see that reflection really well. We'll do this board now. Just trying to focus on the thing in the reflection. See if we can get it to there. I'd say that looks pretty good. So like I said, this is a satin poly, so it's not going to look like this when it dries. It's going to be kind of crusty looking, but I think this looks kind of cool while it lasts. Might as well show you. This is what that back piece looks like, that where the steel is going to go for the monitor plate. If I can get that to focus as well. You can kind of see where the recess is. Right there, where I've notched it, 1/8 of an inch for the steel. Man, this does not want to focus, does it? Focus. Anyway, that's where that notch is, and you can see the corresponding notch there on the top. So that's it. So I might do one more coat of poly on the back, or on the bottom, basically this part, what I just did today. I'll do one more of those, and then I'll start working on the top. I'm hoping, it's looking like I won't finish by the time my break's over, but I'm hoping I'll have most of it done. Hoping epoxy will be drying when I go back to work. So anyway, that's it for now.